Eisenhout, and I'm building a video series for YouTube on the subject of entrepreneurship. I'm going to be coming up with a significant amount of videos on this topic, and the first of which is what I'm starting with today, which is Entrepreneurship, Why Consider It? To start off, Wikipedia defines entrepreneurship as being the process of starting a business or other organization. The entrepreneur develops a business model, acquires the human and other required resources, and he's fully responsible for its success or failure. Many years ago, I took the Rich Dad, Poor Dad course that was put together by Robert Kiyosaki. This is a course I still highly recommend people to take if they really want to understand the world of business and investing, as opposed to just being an employee working for someone else. I've never forgotten this course or its lessons, and it has triggered a number of decisions that I've made in life that have significantly changed directions I otherwise would have taken. When I was young, old age seemed like a long time away, so why worry about it? I was healthy, making good money, so why not just have some fun? I deserved it. But I also wanted to be rich, and doesn't everyone? But that meant personal sacrifice of my own personal time and energy, and possibly even working capital to achieve it. Did I want to be rich that much? Was it really worth it to me? Well, I thought about that, and then I realized that originally in life, like many of you, I was an employee, and I was trading my time and energy for a paycheck. I'd have to put in an hour of effort to earn an hour of wage. If I ever stopped working, I knew I'd receive no further money, unless, of course, I got another job and started working again. As people aged, I began to realize that health issues and weakening of my body over time would probably force both changes in what I could do to earn revenue, and it would also negatively, ultimately, affect both the jobs I could undertake and the lifestyle I could maintain as I grew older. I saw retirement, in effect, as being a poor time for me unless I developed over the years some additional ways outside of a paycheck to amass money, or to figure out ways to still earn revenue without physically working for it. Just opening my eyes and looking around, I can't begin to tell you how many elderly people I began to see trying to make a few extra dollars over what their pensions paid them just so they could eke out a baseline survival income. I saw them doing odd jobs like yard work, house cleaning, selling crafts at trade shows, slowly selling off their possessions. And I realized that as they got sick, which frequently happened, they were in trouble. They'd end up having to sell their homes, their vehicles, the last of their possessions, and ultimately have to move into cheap or subsidized housing just to be able to continue to eat and get through each day. Or lastly, they'd have to lean on their children if they were fortunate enough to have some that had some money to spare in order to survive. I learned that over 90% of the world's revenue earners today still earn the majority, if not all, their income as employees, and most of these live paycheck to paycheck. What really scared me about this is the following. No matter where people work, whether in government or private sector, they're not guaranteed a job for life. Anyone can be let go of any job at any time. I've seen it happen even in government and crown corporations. A program ends, funding ceases, the location of the job is moved to another city for financial or political reasons. The person's health changes and they suddenly no longer can do the job they were hired to do, and they're let go. Sometimes they get a pension strong enough to sustain them, and these are the lucky ones. But often they have little or no pension that they receive, and they fall on hard times once they're unemployed. When a person leaves an employed position, most or all of their health insurance or protection also stops. Now, not only having less money, they have to pay for their own health costs. So what happens? Well, I've been finding that they have to let things slide that would otherwise have been taken care of. Teeth fall into disrepair because dental work's too expensive. You can't afford to buy all your medications, so you have to choose between taking the medication or eating that week. Or you can't afford a surgery or a treatment that you need, so you end up having to live with some ailment or pain throughout the rest of your life that might even continue to worsen due to the neglect. So long ago, I reached truth in my own life. I just knew that to protect my future and my old age from becoming a difficult or even a nightmare existence, I had to have something working for me by retirement that put me in better financial shape than most of the people reaching this age. In 1997, I stopped being an employee. For 18 years now, I've been an entrepreneur and have lived day by day by my own wits, my ingenuity, and my energy. I've worked in and lived as a result in many countries. I've had numerous adventures. I've started, built, and sold a significantly sized business venture that now basically allows me to live off the ongoing royalties from that venture. I travel when I choose to, work when I choose to, and more importantly, know how to make money when I want to make it, without asking someone for a job. I think that as an entrepreneur looking for opportunities to earn revenues is the way that I am now programmed to think. I'm not, as I am out of work or out of money, thinking as an employee and trying to get hired somewhere, putting in resumes, etc. I basically just look at new ways to generate funds and generate revenues from my own ingenuity, and then I go for it. This current project is putting together, for those of you that are interested in viewing it, a series of learning videos that will discuss many topics useful to those wanting to be successful at entrepreneurship. Those who want to do something to secure financial stability in your later years, this is for you. Each lesson I'm going to create will have content within it that has real applicable value for the viewer. So I'm asking you to subscribe to my YouTube channel directly by hitting the button at the end of this video, and you'll have an opportunity to get all the videos that I'll be putting together. If this interests you, take this video journey with me, and I think you'll find it rewarding. In any event, thanks for listening, and good luck to you in your future endeavors.